Salam alaikum. The worst of harams is to disbelieve the existence of Allah Ta'ala, that is, to be an atheist. We want to make sure that we truly believe in Allah Ta'ala by learning what our Prophet Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had commanded to his ashab. Before I continue reading about our Prophet Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I want to again read from the book Ethics of Islam. Any scholar who does not know the harm of being conceited and haughty should not be considered as a real scholar. Gaining more knowledge increases one's fear of Allah Ta'ala, and one cannot dare to commit sins. For this reason, all prophets were humble people. Let us continue. At one stage, it was seen that the polytheists started a vehement barrage of arrows. Their only target was the tent where the Sultan of the worlds was. An armor covered over our beloved Prophet Alaihissalam's body. He had put his helmet on. He was standing in front of the tent and commanding his companions according to the course of the war. Sometimes the polytheists made a joint attack to a point where they regarded weak, and the blessed companions were reaching there and fighting until they expelled the enemies of the religion. This unprecedented struggle was very intense. The heroic companions could not find even an opportunity to look around them. That day, this fight, having started in the morning, continued until late in the evening. Whenever a time of prayer came, the glorious companion said, "O Rasulullah, we could not perform the ritual prayer." The Master of the Worlds was replying to them, "I swear by Allah Ta'ala that I could not either." At night, they waged an attack and dispersed the polytheist group, who did not permit them to make their worships. The Quraysh and the Ghatafanids could not recognize and retreated to their headquarters. The Mujahids walked to the tent of our beloved Prophet. Then Faqih Anam, who was sent as a mercy for the worlds, even though it was not his custom to utter maledictions, he said about the polytheists, "May Allah Ta'ala fill their homes, their abdomen, their graves with fire, since they made us busy until the sunset and kept us from performing our ritual prayers." After performing the delayed ritual prayers of noon and afternoon and evening prayer, he conducted the night prayer. After the struggles to demolish Islam completely, the polytheists understood that they could not overcome Muslims in the daylight. According to them, the only solution was to organize sudden attacks at night. The Muslims could be defeated only in this way. They carried out the decision immediately. They started making night raids together with the Jewish sons of Qurayza. The polytheists divided their soldiers into groups. They were attacking by turns. These attacks continued for many days. Our beloved Prophet and brave companions went on defense even though they were hungry, sleepless, tired. No enemy soldier could pass the trench. This hardy defense was more fearful, more intense, and more difficult than the previous wars. A food scarcity started among the polytheists, who fought for days. Their horses and camels too began to die, since they could not find even a handful of dry plants on the ground. For this reason, the commander of the polytheists sent a military unit under the command of Dira bin Khatib to the Jews of Qurayza to obtain provisions. The Jews, who sacrificed all they had for the disbelievers, immediately delivered 20 camel loads of wheat, barley, dates, and hay for the animals. While Dirar was happily returning with his soldiers, they met a group of Sahibis near Kuba. The heroic Asab attacked at once. After a bloody combat, they put the enemy to flight. They delivered the loaded camels to our master the Prophet, and they obtained an abundance of his invocations. The Sultan of the Worlds, our master, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, showed a great deal of compassion for his brave companions who lived through many difficult times during this vehement fight, which continued about a month. Seeing his glorious companions' extraordinary efforts, he was invoking about his companions, O my Allah, who helps people who are in difficulty. O my Allah, who accepts the invocations of the needy. Truly, you see and know the conditions of me and my companions. O my Rabb, rout the disbelievers, spread disunity among them, grant us victory against them. Our beloved Prophet repeated his invocation often in the last days. The polytheists, because of the additional difficulties of scarcity, were spending all their power to destroy Muslims as soon as possible. One evening, a person from the polytheist army whose heart had the love of Islam came to the presence of our master, the Prophet. This person was Nu'aym bin Masud from the Ghatafan tribe. He told our beloved Prophet, O Rasulullah, I have come here to testify that Allah Ta'ala is one and you are a true Prophet. I thank Allah Ta'ala that I am honored by becoming a Muslim. So far I fought against you. From now on I will fight against the disbelievers. I am ready to do what you order of me. O Rasulullah, even my people do not know that I have become a Muslim. Our master, Rasul Ikram, said, can you infiltrate the ranks of these disbelievers and try to separate them by causing disagreements among them? Wa alaikum salam.